Yeah. You have tuned in to Footworkouts. Give us the works, episode 3. I'm your host, DJ Cornerstone, and today I'm interviewing the homeboy, DJ GoldRat, the winner of Chicago Footworkology's Werk The Beat Battle 2021. Without further ado, let's get into it. Come on, GoldRat, and give us the works.
What's up? What's up?
Man, what up, GoldRat?
How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. Can you hear me coming through good?
Yeah, I hear you really well, man. I got you in my old school boombox, man.
Nice.
You know,
awesome.
Last time I interviewed Eric Ooh.
Yes.
I know you know Eric Ooh, your running mate.
Oh man.
And so I'm in the basement, and my furnace kicked off, and I'm like, I could hardly hear him. I didn't say nothing, no, I just pushed it through, but I'm like, let me hook this computer up to the boom box so I can hear better.
Nice.
Awesome. Man, thank you so much for coming on the show. Workouts, give us the works.
Nice. I'm always happy to hang out and get tea with somebody. So thank you for reaching out. It's always good to meet people, especially you being somebody who's grown up around Chicago culture and seen all that kind of stuff. I'm sure I have lots to learn from you.
Oh, hey man, and I myself have a lot to learn from you, because I'm gonna tell you, hey, I don't know how long you've been doing this, but your tracks are raw. Your tracks are raw. They on the level.
Dang, I really appreciate that. That means a whole lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Anytime you make music so good, somebody wants to adopt you into their family, adopt you as their son, hey, it means your stuff is fire.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's it's both humbling and affirming. The battle was a very cool event. It was organized so well. I was blown away by everything about it, and everyone else's tracks. I mean, when I heard, so before the event, I had heard that DJ Corey had entered, and I was like, okay. I figured, okay, it's over for everyone. DJ Corey, and then I heard that DJ Rock entered, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll be chilling. But but a lot of Portland dancers are into Chicago footwork and have loved seeing me do footwork at like the All Styles battles and stuff. So a lot of Portland people showed up, and so I had some fan voting power behind me.
Oh yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Hey, they said let your people know, right? So for everybody else out there that didn't let their people know, see, that's what you get. So man, Portland, huh?
It was a fun time. Yeah, so I grew up in Washington, but I've lived in Portland through college and on into current times. So I've been in Portland for long enough. My grandparents have always lived in Portland, so this has felt like my home. But I've been to Chicago once. I was there for about a week, and that was a pretty transformative experience for me. I had already been understanding footwork and its importance in just the lineage of house music, and going to Chicago was like seeing how much bigger it was than just what I see on the internet or the touring DJs that have come to Portland and played, Manny, Spin, and everybody. But seeing that it's just like, it's a youth thing, it's so much bigger than I could have realized. And that was a very powerful experience for me. But yeah,
that's cool.
But yeah, Portland is the home.
Where you say you're from? Where at Washington are you from?
I'm from Eastern Washington, so Richland, but it's part of the Tri-Cities, small town, not really not really a whole lot going on.
Is that where's Mount Rainier at?
Shoot, where is Mount Rainier at? That's a good question. I should know that. We might have to do some Googling after this.
Yeah. Oh man.
So,
cool.
Sort of near Spokane.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if that gives any frame of reference.
Yeah. No, a little bit, man. I've been to Washington quite a few times, man.
Oh, okay.
I got family out there, man. So
oh, nice.
Closer to Seattle, man. White Center, Federal Way, Tukwila, and all that.
Yep.
So I know a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So man, so you went to Chicago. How long ago you said that was when you were in Chicago?
Let's see. So I think it was the 4th annual House Music Festival was going on. So that would have been, I think it was the summer before quarantine hit, because yeah, so I think 2019, 2018 or 2019. Okay. And then of course I really want to see the Bud Billiken parade. That was, I was like, okay, yeah, the next trip to Chicago for me is going to be that. So, you know, I worked my entire work schedule to make sure I had August set aside, and then COVID hit, and I was like, oh man. So this year I'm like, August, is it happening? We'll see. I will probably try and come to Chicago, whether Bud Billiken is happening or not. I've set the time aside in August anyways, so that's hopefully that'll all work out.
Man, yeah, for real.
Yeah,
that'd be dope, man, because I'm hoping to get out there myself. Now you got one up on me because I never been to the House Music Festival, but I have been to Bud Billiken Parade a number of times, and it is a dope experience, man, I tell you.
Yeah, I believe it. And it's one of those things where I've looked online to see, you know, what videos people have recorded of it. And it's just one of those things you can tell the people's little iPhones don't capture how, I mean, I've seen MLK Drive when I was there, not during a parade, but I was like, oh yeah, this is something that you have to physically be there for. The way people talk about it, I was like, okay, yep, that's my number one goal as far as travel is concerned. That'll hopefully happen very soon.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So 2019, did you say, is that when you first fell into footwork, first heard it and all that, or was it?
I was very into footwork by then, to the point that traveling to Chicago, the whole point was to just get a better perspective on footwork. I was already invested in it as a dancer. I was dabbling in the production. No, actually, I was starting to get pretty focused on the production as well. But I was kind of still just making like house tracks as well. So now my focus is more just on footwork tracks, and I haven't made a house track in a long time. But yeah, I think that's about the timing of that.
Oh, I'm turning my volume up. My furnace just kicked on again.
Nice.
Gotta crank it up a little bit. Yeah. It's something else, man. Man, so you're a house head, huh?
Yeah, I think Chicago house music, Paul Johnson, that kind of started a lot of things for me growing up. So yeah, that got me interested in DJing. That got me aware of DJing. I mean, all of electronic music and that whole kind of stuff was like, yeah, early Paul Johnson, Dance Mania Records. I forget what else, but yeah, those were like the early things that caught my ear for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So who'd you learn how to footwork from? Whose class was that?
First, I think my first lesson was from DJ Tay and DJ Manny. They had, my friend Tomu had booked them for a show here in town, and made it less of like your standard DJ club night coming through DJing, and made it more into like an immersive experience. So the way that Tomu and Eric and some other buddies set up this whole show was to have a documentary screening about Chicago footwork, a footwork lesson of just some basics taught by DJ Manny and DJ Tay, and then your DJ sets, kind of standard club event type of stuff. So that was a huge kind of community moment in our city of really connecting with footwork on a deeper level than just the touring DJ plays this crazy music that we've never heard before. It was like, oh yeah, like there's like they're coming from this larger thing and bringing a piece of that. So yeah, so I think Manny taught two-step, Erks, Mike Nikes, maybe I think crossover, but just like a few basics, but enough to have something to work on and practice for months and months. And then later, I started reaching out to people from creation and the other teachers and got more connected. But yeah, that was the first lesson for me. Yeah, and an important one for sure.
Okay, man, right on. That was smart. That was real smart of him to do that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because a lot of DJs just go with the standard, you show up, you play the event at a club, it's dark, people are into it, but then that's it. And there's no kind of sense of connecting with the community and engagement. So for the audience, it's just it's a crazy club night. And you're going to have the people that are really into it and are studying these artists and are doing that. But when you show up with that kind of dance understanding and that presentation, that's huge for me, because I don't think I would be into footwork if it wasn't so foundationally tied to the dance and having that element. Like that's just the biggest thing for me. There's so much like dance music that has branched off of Chicago house and Detroit techno, whatever. But so many of them have lost that dance importance and that dance element. And Chicago footwork that the dance still leads the entire message and the entire purpose behind that. So to me, that's so powerful. That's why it's such an important legacy to maintain and to stay true to and to educate people on. And to be a student myself, because I'm still so new to all this and learning so much. So it's incredible stuff.
Yeah, and I don't think the learning ever stops.
I hope not.
Like for real, as long as people are different and they always got the unique twists and spins on things, there's always going to be something new. So that's one of the things I love about it, man. Because I could watch a footwork battle clip, YouTubes all day long, because somebody always does at least one thing just different and makes it their own. So
when you see this part of somebody's soul that comes out in the movement, then that's the moments. And there's always it's always happening.
Oh yeah, right on. So you got some tea over there, man. Your fellow tea drinker.
We got some chamomile going on.
Yeah.
I'll make you a cup if you want.
Yeah, it's almost my night time too, man. I appreciate it. That chamomile relaxes you a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I was gonna go for some caffeine, and then I was like, it is getting late.
Yeah. Leave that for the early morning drink, man. Straight. Okay, man. So check it out. Let's dig in more to GoldRat, man. So, what would you say are your inspirations for your music?
I watch a lot of videos of Crystal. Like a lot of times when I'm writing tracks, especially when I'm working on drums, I'll be picturing dancers in mind, and certain faces will show up more than others. But I think, and then also just like I I dance myself, so I'm writing the things that I want to hear as well as a dancer. And you're always going to get some flavor and influence there. But yeah, Crystal, J-Ron, the way that
J-Ron,
J-Ron
okay.
moves, yeah, he just embodies the music in a way that really inspires me to because I know when J-Ron listens to a song and dances in response to it, he's picking up on all of the subtleties.
Yeah.
So as a producer, it makes me be like, oh yeah, I really need those subtleties to be there. I need to go and like make those details happen. So his kind of response inspires me to make my music uh, as detailed as I think it could be and will benefit the dance. Yeah. I mean, a lot of things go into like as far as inspiration. Also, just like, of course, like music is a reflection of life. And I get a lot of. I'm a nurse, and I work with kids, so I
Yeah.
get a I get a lot of inspiration from the kids.
Hey, man, that's dope right there, man. That's dope.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, that's infinite inspiration for me.
Yeah.
I work with such interesting kids, and they have just such unique, interesting stories. So yeah, that's a very powerful force in my life.
Yeah, man, that's good, man. You're a good dude. That's all right there. So the pediatric nurse then is what it's called?
Yeah. I'm working in a pediatric ICU right now. But I used to work at this pretty unique, like a long-term care facility for chronic kids.
Yeah.
And when I stopped working there to work at the ICU, I started volunteering there. That way I could still hang out with those kids.
Yeah.
And those kids are incredible. Yeah, I get so much inspiration from them. And it's cool because I get to know those kids. It's the same kids. They're going through their chronic illnesses and working through that stuff. So they're there for such a long time, and you really get to know them and see their personalities,
Yeah.
and all of their abilities and things that shine through. Whereas in the ICU, kids are kind of in, they're super sick, and then they're out. So it's a different dynamic there. You don't get those like you don't feel like you really get to know the kids. Yet at the same time, you've seen them at their worst time in their life. And seeing the way that somebody responds when they're in their darkest, lowest, most critical time also really brings out some character, and you get to see some like incredible stuff from them. So it's yeah, so those are kind of like the two, I guess, like groups of kids that I see a lot. We get some chronic kids that come through the ICU, but um, it's it's more in and out these really intense, crazy moments, and then they're off, and you wish them well into the world. Yeah.
Man, it's something you got me thinking. So my wife, years ago, she used to work with a place called Little Angels.
Ooh.
Not far from it's closer to like Barrington, Illinois, which is probably
Okay.
about an hour and a half west of
I'm gonna
Chicago.
write this down.
But man, the kids there, she would tell me the stories and how she would get attached too, like how you were saying. But it was a little bit different because they had rare illnesses and rare diseases and stuff.
Yep.
And like they would have to have like special treatment and all that. Certain,
Yeah.
like all of them were different. And man, like the stuff that some of them kids would have to go through, and some of them, man, and to still have the positive attitude and all that. Like,
oh yeah.
how about one kid, like any kind of touch hurt him. And
yeah.
Man. But yeah, so that's good, man. That you got a heart to help, to help children and everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that sounds really similar to the chronic kid center that I still volunteer at, where every kid, they usually have a million different things going on, and it just makes for like you can't even it's sometimes not even very helpful to like read their diagnosis and be like, oh, this is what I should expect. Like they're all so unique. Like you just get to know them as they are and what they can what they can do and all of the the ways that the abilities that they do have, how they optimize that, and are still able to spread joy in that way. So yeah, that's it's such an important thing, because those kids are a part of our community, and everybody has a neighbor who probably has a special needs kid, but we just don't see it. It's so hard. There's so much prep and so much work that takes into getting those kids out into the community and being seen and being visible. And so many times we just don't see it, but they are our neighbors. These are the people in our community, and working with them it's just so important to get that perspective and be like, oh yeah, that's like, I like when I'm dancing, I appreciate that I have legs that can move and that I can do that. Like I just have so much appreciation for that. So when I'm training, it's like there's that joy that comes with like that's something to celebrate, is like being able to do your dribbles, like
yeah.
that is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And it's a very fun move to do right there, the dribbles. One of my favorites.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You can just let it loose, man. Just let it loose.
Yeah.
Man, well, man, you got good inspirations there, man. So musically and dance-wise, man. So what is your goal with your music? Like, is there any kind of purpose with it, or any pursuits with it?
As far as goals, like there's it's very therapeutic for me, just like healing goals as a person, to be able to release that energy by creating tracks and expressing emotion through it that way. So that's kind of like an internal goal, I guess, is to just continue to be building the skills to be able to express and release energy in that kind of way. As far as like more like external goals, I think more collaboration and just more networking, because music is a community thing, and it only really makes sense for me to be pursuing music in a way that helps connect people and build community. So as far as like production goes, I think that probably looks like collaboration, or and not just collaboration with other producers, but collaboration with dancers and other people who have those other essential roles in the culture. So yeah,
that's good. So we're at like two-part question. So who have you collaborated with, and then who would you like to collaborate with? Like 3 people.
Well, it's probably no surprise that I'm working on ideas with Eric Wu. But we've been friends since before the Werk The Beat battle. So
okay.
So we've been working on ideas and projects before, but I would love to collaborate with Traxman or Jenna Rush. Just as far as like the OGs that I look up to. I mean that those are just kind of like dream things. I'm also really, really into Cake Dog's music right now. He's from LA, and he is doing really, really cool stuff. And I'd love to meet him. I think with like collaborations, I have to feel comfortable like meeting people and hanging out with them and getting to know them before like working on a track or something. So I appreciate things like this where we're just chatting and having tea and hanging out. That to me is like so important. And then collaborations always come later out of those relationships. But those are people on my mind that I'm meaning to reach out to more and see what comes of that.
Okay. After this, I'm gonna have to make sure I got the spelling right. So of course I know Traxman. but Jana Rush, and you said Kate Dog?
I'll put it in the chat here real quick.
Okay. Oh, snap, about to use the chat. All right, this will be a first time for the show.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, what will show up on there? But
oh yeah, that should be recording too. Jana Rush, Cake Dog. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm gonna sure look them up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Ben Court put me on something too, man. It was actually Queen Crystal, because I haven't heard of her before. So now when you mentioned her this time, I'm like, okay, I know who that is.
Yeah.
She got a real dope. I like how I see on like on 2 clips she got this spin that she does where she kind of kicks her leg up and uses her leg to spin her body like.
Yep.
Real smooth. So I'm gonna look.
Oh yeah.
More
her shake and bakes, her dribbles are just perfect. Yeah. There's been some stuff from her that I just, I watched that like 5 seconds just over and over and over again. And it's like the timing of it, just like her flow and her like push and flow between the timing is so cool. Just so controlled. Yeah.
Cool, man. Let's see. So where do you work with equipment wise?
Not much. I have a Fender bass. This is my child here.
Right on.
And I record with that. That or synthesizers for bass. But my only synthesizer is a Nord Lead. It's a digital synthesizer, so I don't know if it's considered cool or not, but it's my baby.
Yeah, man. So so you actually use your bass in your footwork tracks?
Yeah. So like Nothing to Play With has pretty present bass playing. But I'm not a good bass player. I grew up playing cello, so I have like good fingering technique, especially on like the fretless bass as well, because I'm just used to that. But all the fingering stuff, like that's new to me. I'm just starting to learn that. So my fingering technique is sloppy, so I have to record like over and over and over and make little edits to my recording. My playing is not incredible, but it has the sound that I want for certain things. If I want a more kind of like tinnier present bass, but if I want like a deeper subby bass, then 808 drums or the synthesizer for sure. But yeah, all of my drum sounds come from my R70, which it's this beat up thing that has like a broken output, so I can only get it to record on some days, and then when it's working I try and record as many samples as I can from it before the output starts like buzzing and making weird noises. I'm slowly recording sounds from that thing, and then I sample video game sounds as well. So that's pretty much all of where my drums are from.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. Okay. What else? I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the R70, is that what Clint was talking about?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Because that's like the sound of ghetto house to me. Footwork as well, but Footwork has so many like, I don't know, Footwork has like treated those sounds and added so many other textures and stuff. But if you just take the original R70 drum machine and just play it by its defaults as it is, it sounds like ghetto house. Those are the sounds. So to me, when I hear that, I think of Dion, and that's I'm like, if Dion can make tracks with those sounds, then I don't think I need anything more. Like, it's good enough for him, That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Dang. You know what? I typically been working with Native Instruments machine MK2, and I finally got a new MacBook, man. I've been using this MacBook. It's a 2007 MacBook. I get laughed at about it, man. You know, my wife jokes on me. We go to the Apple store. They make ignorant jokes, talk about this dinosaur and all this and that. So I finally, within this past, like actually yesterday, I got my MacBook. I ain't post a picture of it because I was so happy when it came in the mail. And it's got Logic on it, man. So I'm like, I'm halfway there now, man. I got the Logic, like Clint was talking about. Well, now I got to get R70. You know, I wish Logic just had R70 sounds in it. That just make it easier. Oh my God,
I wish.
You know, so that would be dope, man. Cool, but you know what, man? It looked like it's running kind of short on the time here. So I want to get to something I call footwork fast, man. I'm just gonna ask some goofy questions, and I just want a quick answer. You ready for this, man?
All right, let's hit it.
All right. I think you already touched on this one. So I'm gonna say, what's your favorite decade of music?
Ooh, classic 90s stuff.
Classic 90s.
Late 90s. Yeah, so much. I got nostalgia for that stuff as well as timeless stuff. Yeah, let's go with that.
I'm digging that. I like the 90s. I like the 90s, man, especially hip hop and R&B. Shoot.
Yeah, see, you know.
Yep. Marvel or DC?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know either. Well, shoot. DC is kind of the underdog though, right?
Yeah, in a sense, because of the movies. But the crazy thing is, I think DC comic book wise, I think they were first. They were real big early on because of Superman and Batman.
Oh yeah, Batman.
Marvel kind of came up from behind when they started doing the X-Men and all that.
Oh, X-Men. Yeah. I've seen some of that. Shoot, I'll say I need to do my research, but I'll say DC would be my instinct.
All right.
But I'll learn about it.
I respect that, man. That's on the real. Because, you know, that ain't most people, because the Marvel movies been kind of like out there. Most people probably say Marvel if they had to go one way or the other. I'm digging that.
All right.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Pizza or cheeseburger? I'm kind of a food type of dude, so I'm always going to ask a food question.
I'm going to say pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm certain about that one. Yeah.
Okay. And you already touched on your favorite footworkers and all that. And so I ain't going to go there. Now, listen. So I'm going to ask real quick, in the hip hop arena, who would you say are your favorite 3 producers?
Ooh. Oh man. I don't know if I think of oh boy, that's a good question. You know who's on my mind right now is Clipping from LA, I think.
Okay.
They're pretty experimental because they have like kind of it's like a crew with, they have their MC, but then they have like a noise artist and another guy. I think they do like noise and like soundtrack stuff together. I need to learn more about them, but but I've been loving one of their albums, Splendor and Misery. Is incredible, and I listen to that quite a lot. Let's see. I mean, Kendrick. I don't know if I think of Kendrick more as a producer or MC, but regardless, I mean, all of his work is pure gold.
He is cold, man. He ain't your typical dude, man. That dude is genius.
Yeah. Who else? Dang, there's so much hip hop and there's so much flavors within hip hop. Man, that's a good question. I gotta think about that more.
Yeah, we'll get some time, man. Me and you gonna chat later, man. We'll see.
Yeah. Good
so anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah. I just took a class this morning from Miki-san, Chicago Creation Japan.
Yeah.
And she's a she has this phenomenal energy, incredible teacher.
Yeah.
Her student Mocha is like one of my favorite footworkers to watch right now. She's like 11 years old and just so clean. And I'm like, man, when like it's one thing to be a good footworker, but it's also like when your students are good, like there's that other level of like, oh yeah.
Yeah, man, I agree. Did you see there was a clip? Because I know King Charles, come on, he's cold, you know.
Oh yeah.
Coldest one there is. But when I saw this clip of this young dude footworking off of a heavy metal song, it wasn't even a footwork track. I don't know if you saw that. When I saw and you saw that he was a student of King Charles, I'm like, the dude is cold, the student is cold, but that made me realize, man, King Charles, that's it. If I ever doubt you, King Charles, I apologize. Because when I saw that dude footwork off of heavy metal, I'm like, oh, that's it.
That's crazy.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You know? But right on, man. GoldRat, ladies and gentlemen, Chicago Footworkology's Werk The Beat champion for 2021, DJ GoldRat. Come on. Hey,
Thank
bro,
you
man,
it was
I enjoyed this conversation, man. Thank
you so much.
If you would, after this is over with, because I gotta, it's gonna cut off on me about a minute or two, because I ain't got the full subscription to Zoom. Anyway,
yeah, I know that.
If you could like send me your information, so I put the links and stuff, and I'm gonna send you the video and all that. Are that good? Okay. So the people can get in touch with you. Right
on. And let's have another call sometime when we have more time. I asked you some questions as well. Get to know some of your history as well, because I know you got hella stuff to share. So we make that happen too.
All right, man. That'd be dope. Yeah. Man, I appreciate
Thank you again.
Hey, man. Well, you have a blessed evening, man.
You as well. Thank you so much.
No problem. I'll let you later. Peace out.
Footworkout. Man, it was a good time talking to brother GoldRat, the DJ, nurse, producer, who we also found out be slapping that bass guitar like Rick James slapped Charlie Murphy. Next episode, we'll have the Crack Capone from the south side of Chicago, DJ Rock, on Wednesday, June 16th. I'm kicking these interviews out every other Wednesday, y'all, so stay tuned. God bless you, and footwork out.